Hello guys, hello, my name is Elena, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how I make this little cake pastry type of thingies. We call it bushe pastry. I'm not sure if it's the right term for it or not. It's kind of like a sandwich, not a cookie, it's a cake based, all right? So I'm gonna pre-make my trays first. I'm gonna use half a sheet size parchment paper, and here's a biscuit cutter. It's about 3 inches in diameter. You can make them smaller if you like. You can do them 2 inches. You can try to do them larger too if you want. But I find 3 inches, it's just the right size for a person to take one and enjoy it. All right, so I'm just gonna take that form and I'm gonna use my pencil and mark my spots for my sandwiches, for my piping, and for the size of it. So they will spread out a little bit, but pretty much not really. So space out them some, but not too much. So maybe like a finger in a between, and they should be fine if you make the batter consistency right. Okay, so again, this is a half sheet pan and the parchment. So yeah, so just mark it. So it's kind of like macarons. All right, so the ingredients list is very simple. It's just eggs, sugar, and all-purpose flour. I'm gonna separate my eggs on egg whites and the yolks. All right, just make sure you do it clean. Make sure the yolk doesn't go into egg white. That way it will be easy for you to whip it. Just like that. Our sugar, just kind of eyeball it, spread it between 2 bowls. Okay, so half in one and half in the other. And because I'm lazy, I'm gonna use hand mixer, and I'm gonna start whipping egg whites first, and then I can do the yolks, and I don't have to wash my mixer blades. All right, so whipping egg whites with a little bit sugar till kind of stiff, not dry, but pretty stiff meringue. All right, see, it looks like that. Okay, so this is good for this. So clean it off. Okay, and now I can dive right into my egg yolks and whip it till nice and frothy. It will raise the volume and will be kind of pale yellow color. All right, so looks about right. See how nice and fluffy looking? So this is what we're going for. All right, so now we'll wash the mixer, and we'll just put our flour into yolk mixture, and just with your spatula mix all the flour in. Just fold it in. Just make sure, be careful, don't deflate your mixture too much. We need to keep it nice and airy, just like that. Okay, then I'm gonna put about half of whites to this mixture, and I'm gonna kind of lighten it up a little bit first. All right, again, folding, just like that. And now I'm gonna put all this mixture into remaining egg whites. All right, and fold that really good until the mixture is nice and even and you don't see any lumps or loose egg whites. So make sure everything incorporated. All right, but make sure keep folding it in. Don't mix with the mixer, or don't be rough with it. Keep it light and fluffy. All right, so this is what it looks like. And now I'm gonna just put it in a pastry bag. That way it's easier to pipe. All right, so just put it all in there. I'm not gonna use any tips. If you need to use one, just wide open plain tip, okay? Or I'm just gonna snap my end of the pastry bag, and that will work just as good. So you don't have to be perfect with that. Nobody will really look as long as they're delicious. All right, so just make sure scrape it all really nice. And I'll just snap the tip of it, so quite large. All right, and just like when you do with macaron cookies, fill up your circle. So I'm not going too skinny, but not too thick either. So just kind of fill your circle. So for my 3-inch diameter, I end up with 20 halves, 20 cookies. So you can always go thinner first, and then if you still have batter left over, just spread it additionally like I'm doing here, okay? So not big deal. So now I'm just gonna pop it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about, mine baked about 13 minutes, but always check. They're gonna raise a little bit and browner a little bit on top, okay? So just keep an eye on it, and I'll show you what mine look like.
So this been 13 minutes in my oven. So this is what you guys looking for. So they nice and brown like this, and when you touch, it's soft, but you can tell it's baked. It springs right back. All right, and this is the second tray. See, just like that. So keep it on a tray, cool it off completely, and meanwhile we're gonna make filling for them and the glaze.
For the filling, I'm just gonna do all-time traditional filling. It's heavy whipped cream, and you can do just plain with powdered sugar and be done with. But I like to add a little bit extra to it, and you can do also different flavors with the same technique. I like to use jello instant pudding mixes, right? And they come, as you know, in all kinds of flavors. You can do just plain vanilla. You can do white chocolate, which is very delicious. French vanilla. There's chocolate, strawberry, pistachio. So there's all kinds of variations, and it's very stable feeling as well because of the pudding in it. And yeah, just if you haven't tried it, you just must. It's a large jello brand pudding, large container. All right, so just mix it with your heavy whipped cream and whip it till nice and stiff. All right, so this is the consistency that we need. See how nice and stiff it is? Yeah, so that's what you should looking for. Just make sure don't over whip it, but you will tell. All right, and I'm just gonna use another pastry bag and some large star tip that you have, just to make it a little more pretty on the side as you piping the filling. All right, so I'll just gonna take my large pastry bag and put my filling inside. See how nice and heavy, and it's not going anywhere. It's very stable, very stiff. You can, well, you will see, I will do it. You can pipe even decorations with it. I even used it and as a filling for the cakes too, so it's pretty stable. It's very nice. All right, so empty. My bag is large enough, so it will gonna take the whole bowl inside. This is a 21-inch pastry bag, if anybody interested. All right, so let's unpeel our circles now. They're nice and cool. So as you can see, they're very light underneath. They're not brown. They have that nice cake texture with pretty tops like this. All right, so I'm just gonna unpeel them all, so it's all nice and ready for me. Yeah, just be careful, don't tear it. They will all come out. Now, I forgot to mention, I did not grease my parchment. All right, I piped it straight on. I didn't use any oil or any spray. All right, just like that. And then I'm just gonna use my bag and pipe the filling just like that. And see how pretty? And it's not going anywhere. And I like to start and outline, just make sure it comes out like this, so it looks just like large big macaron. All right, so just do the same for all my other circles. And remember, it's a sandwich, so don't pipe the filling on all 20 cookies. You only need it for 10. Just like that. And put the tops on top. So pretty. And for the topping, I'm just gonna use regular chocolate ganache. I used with semi-sweet chocolate. You can do it with milk, with dark, with white. You can color it. Basically, you can do whatever you want. Again, this is just a base kind of recipe idea, and you can modify it as you like. So the ganache, I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description box. So this was enough for me to ice all 10 of my pastries, and then I went over and added some more on top. I didn't want to throw away the ganache, and I didn't had anywhere to use it, so I'll just pile it on. The more the merrier, right? The tastier. All right, so it was pretty much just the right amount. All right, and then I'm gonna put it quick in the fridge, let them cool off and set, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like in the cut. All right, so our pastry's been in the fridge for a couple hours, so they're nice and stiff on top. The chocolate are hardened, and let's go ahead and check them out. I'll just split it in half and see how soft they are. It's actually hard to cut with the knife. All right, so this is what inside looks like. They're very nice and soft. The filling is very creamy. Let's try it. Wait, the top a little come off. Go back. Oh, that's so nice. It's nice and fluffy. The texture of the cake is very light, and the filling, just because it's whipped cream, it makes it so moist. It's just so good. I very recommend you guys you give this a try. It's not hard recipe. It's very easy to make. It took me under 1 hour to whip it all together. It just needs a little time to sit in the fridge to all set. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and share this video with your family and friends. Let them see it, and maybe they'll decide to give it a try. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye. Love you so much.